guys, it's Kai, and I'm so glad you're here.
Why are you such a coffee cat?
The tea is hot, but not the metaphorical tea, just this tea. Unless you count mental health issues as tea, in which case it's boiling. So welcome to another episode of Coffee Chats with CoffeeCat, except this time I have tea instead of coffee because, well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Can you see that? No, you cannot. Okay, it's just out of frame. Good. I just kind of wanted to sit down and talk about some stuff with you guys about what's been going on in my channel, what's been going on with me mentally. And I kind of am finally starting to feel like myself again, and I feel like I can actually sit down and talk about this for once. So I just kind of wanted to like be real with you guys and let you know what's been going on, and maybe this can help me kind of like jumpstart things again. I know this all sounds kind of vague the way that I'm talking about it right now, but I promise by the end it'll all make sense. I just, you know, I want to, I don't know, I kind of want to take a page out of Jesse Page's book. I want to take a Jesse Page out of Jesse Page's book. Oh, okay. Ah, okay, that's how you can tell I'm back, because I'm making puns again. Well, that's kind of a failed pun, but I'm sorry. I'm in a spinny chair and I can't stop spinning. This is what we're here for. Signed up for this. Sorry. I am my shirt. Well, I just spilled tea all over myself. Hi guys, welcome to CoffeeCat. We're messes here. Maybe I should call you guys the hot messes, except really I'm the one who's the hot mess. So let's just get started. Oh my god, I just realized I should have had chai tea today. I had lemon ginger, but I should have gotten chai because I'm calling you guys chais now. What time is it? I'm sitting in front of the clock. I don't even know. It's 1:21 in the morning, and I just kind of wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about what's been going on, because if you have been around and you've been noticing, I'm sure you can probably tell, my channel's been all over the place. Like, I feel like the vibe's been weird, I've been weird, the videos have just not been like me, or like what's been like, I don't want to say like my brand, but kind of my brand. Like, just the videos I've been making have just been all over the place, and I've been all over the place. And anyway, so I guess I'll start with tea. Oh my god, my plant's dying so much. Sorry, these videos are always really hard for me to film because I am a goofy person, and if I'm not being goofy, then I feel like I'm not being entertaining, and I'm also uncomfortable like talking about things like this because whatever. So here's what's been going on. I have kind of not been mentally stable lately, and when I say that, I don't want it to come off wrong. I don't want everybody thinking that like, oh, she's like going crazy and she's doing all this crazy stuff. It's not that. It's, hi. I have not been officially diagnosed, but I've been unofficially diagnosed by therapists. I just am too poor to go see a psychiatrist and actually get meds for it. But I have borderline personality disorder. Not something I talk about super often, at least not on here, because it's just, I don't know, I feel like there's kind of a stigma around borderline personality disorder, and especially around personality disorders in general. Everybody thinks that when you have a personality disorder, it means like you're just totally crazy, and you know, you're gonna hear voices and whatever, and anyway, there's a lot of stuff that is like connected to that, and I'm not gonna get into all of it. But one of the things that I struggle with is something that also a lot of people with bipolar struggle with, which is like episodes of mania and episodes of depression. There's not really an in-between for me. I've never really had an in-between. It's just either I'm super anxious all the time and I get a lot of shit done, but I'm really anxious the whole time, and I'm just like, you know, reckless and whatever, and just feel kind of like, what is being grounded? And then I'll go through periods of depression where I can't get out of bed, I can barely shower, I can barely feed myself anything other than potato chips. Like, I actually spent a lot of my youth just in a largely depressive state, like literally sitting on my couch and just watching TV and eating potato chips at all times, because that's all I could do, you know. And it's, anyway, hi. It's really hard. It's really hard to deal with. And lately I've been, it's odd. Generally they don't come together, but sometimes they do, and when they do, it gets really bad. And lately they've been together. Now, if you guys have noticed, on my channel, I did take a break for like a full month, and then when I came back, and even before I took the break, like, I feel like you could probably tell, you know, I was kind of just like forcing myself to be like energetic for the camera. It wasn't really like super genuine, like, yeah, I'm having fun, like this really is genuinely my happy place, but I wasn't even happy doing that, because that's what depression does. It sucks the life out of you. It sucks, like, it sucks. And that's the tea. I didn't love anything, and I was so overly stressed out all the time. Super anxious, like literally, okay. I was literally so stressed to the point that I had to not only take a break from the thing that I love the most, which is YouTube, but I got to the point where I was having a panic attack at work, or almost having a panic attack at work almost every single day on the floor. And like, sometimes people noticed, sometimes I just had to like step away without talking to anyone. It was so bad. It got to the point, and it still is kind of like this, but it got to the point where like even just thinking about going to work would stress me out so much, and I would start to get anxious. Like, even if I was having like a great day, as soon as I would start getting ready for work, I would get anxious again. And that's just been kind of a growing problem. I'm sorry, I keep fanning myself. It's just hot. Here's the thing. I love YouTube more than anything. It's what I want to do with the rest of my life. I also want to act, and I want to write, and I want to do a whole bunch of other cool shit, but like YouTube is legitimately my passion. And I started getting to the point where the thought of making a video was frustrating. The thought of like, oh, this idea isn't going to be good enough. Like, not only was I super stressed out at my job and about my job, but also even YouTube, the thing that I was supposed to like be happy about and like want to do more than anything, was stressing me out. And I was also playing Dungeons and Dragons multiple times a week. It literally got to the point I was playing 4 games of D&D, one of which I was running. And I don't know how to DM. I'm new to it. It's really stressful. It's why I never even wanted to do it in the first place, but I thought it might be cool to give it a try. And it just got to the point I eventually I started dreading it. Like, D&D, like that's something that I love and have loved for a very long time. Hello, I'm a freaking nerd. But like, I absolutely adore D&D, and the people I play with are some of my best friends in the world, and I absolutely love them to death. And I just got to the point where I didn't want to play. Like, it would be time to get up, and I would be like, no, I want to lay in bed today. Or if we'd cancel, I'd be like, yes, like that means I get free time. It just, like, it started to get to the point where it was stressing me out so much that I would dread the day. And I love D&D, and I didn't want that to happen. So I literally finally texted them like last week or something, the night before I was supposed to run a game that I still hadn't prepped for, and also had a really hard week that I'm not going to talk about on here because it's not my business. And I literally texted them like at 3, 4 in the morning, was like, I'm so sorry, I know it's so late for you guys over there, I know we're supposed to play tomorrow, but I just can't anymore. And I sent them this long ass text, and I was like really anxious, like, oh, they're gonna hate me, like this is gonna be the worst thing, they're gonna be like, oh, come on, like why can't you even do this, blah blah blah. I don't know, because anxiety does shit like that. But of course they weren't. They were understanding. They were like, that's totally fine. I feel so much better about it, and I'm actually genuinely excited about it again. And then with my job, the thing that was stressing me out so much was that I was always on bar. And not only, like, I got arthritis in my wrists because of working at Starbucks. And it's gotten so bad, like I wake up every single morning with like my hands numb, and I have to shake them out for like 30 minutes. And first of all, that's terrifying and stressful and does not feel good. But then also, like, I can't make drinks the same way anymore. Like, my wrists just ache all the time. And then while I'm there, like, I get so stressed out. Even if I just have like 3 or 4 drinks in a row, I get to a point where I'm like, well, more are gonna show up, you know, it still isn't ending. Like, I still don't have time to take a breath. And I just cannot do it anymore. And I got to the point, because I've been doing this job for almost 4 years now. And for almost 4 years, I've been put on bar like every single day that I've been on a shift, because I'm good at bar, but I'm also good at all the other positions. And I don't really get to do the other positions because bar is like the most demanding, and not everybody's great at bar, and I don't know. But I got to the point where I literally had to sit down with not only like my shift leads, I mean, I told them like while I was on the floor, and like talked to them, and other times like, stop putting me on bar, I can't keep doing bar. But you know, they don't always have like the authority to like change my position. Most of the time I don't want to say anything, and I just like, I have such a tendency to suck it up. Even if I'm miserable, it's fine because it'll be over eventually. But it got to the point where it was never eventually over, and at this point I can't keep stressing out like this. Like, I've just been breaking out really bad. My sleep has been so bad. There were like 2 nights in a row the other night I didn't fall asleep until like 6 in the morning. Just cripplingly bad. And so we're changing my position at work, and aside from that, I just like need to learn how to slow down a little bit, because I feel like if I take a day to myself, that I'm like doing nothing, and I'm lazy, and I have to get up, and I have to clean, and I have to make videos, and I have to do this, and I have to do that, which is great. But sometimes I just need to stop. And sometimes I need to take days where I do things that aren't productive. Not even like sit in bed and watch YouTube videos, because that's usually my idea of like relaxing, but like sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes I need to go have fun. I haven't had fun for myself in such a long time, except for that one little vacation I went on, and that kind of like sparked something in me. Like, I forgot what it was like to be a person. I had gotten to the point where I was like, okay, so I will work and then I'll relax and then I'll work and then I'll relax, and fun is secondary, even third or last of all. Like, fun was just never in the question. It was like, oh, well, you know, I enjoy watching videos, I enjoy making videos, I enjoy this, I enjoy that, but it's not having fun. And I'd forgotten how to do that. I'm only 23 years old and I had forgotten to have fun for myself. And I don't care how old you are, what stresses you have, having fun is so important. Not just taking time for yourself, not just relaxing, not just slowing down, but literally laughing and having fun for no reason other than that you deserve it. I'm just tired of not prioritizing myself because I have bills, because I'm always gonna have bills, or because, oh, well, I need to grow my channel. Yes, I need to grow my channel. I love my channel, but the thing is, if I keep putting everything before myself like I was, I'm not gonna love anything anymore, and then everything that I do wind up building is gonna be for nothing, and I'm just gonna be miserable. And I have to learn how to break out of that, because I've gotten to the point where I'm just tired of living. And I don't mean that in like a, oh, I may as well stop living kind of way. I just mean like, I've gotten tired of life. I'm just kind of like, what is there, you know? I'm just going through these motions when I don't have to. So anyway, that's just like a really hard lesson that I've had to learn lately. And I don't know, maybe that's something that everybody has to learn eventually. Maybe like not everybody, because to me it seems like everybody knows that, but maybe that's not the case, because it's generally not when you have ideas like that. I just like, I don't know, for so long I prided myself on being adaptable and being able to just tough out no matter what the situation is. Like, I can do it, and sure, when it comes down to it I can, but it had gotten to the point where every single day of my life for years in a row was me toughing it out and getting through it, instead of trying to live my life around my responsibilities, which make me too tired to live my life. This is already more intense than I thought it was going to be, because I had already kind of thought through some of this stuff and I didn't think it was going to be like, but it is. I feel like I've been chronically tired since like sophomore, junior year of college, something like that, which is ridiculous. And like, yeah, that comes with my mental illness getting worse, but the thing is, it hasn't gotten better because I haven't really put in the effort. I keep being like, yeah, I'll treat myself better. And by that, I mean, I'll occasionally take a bubble bath, you know, or sometimes I won't leave the house if I don't need to, or sometimes I'll let the dishes go for longer than I probably should and just lay in my bed. Like, it's not working. And I feel better when I have like a good sleeping schedule and I'm eating well and all this other stuff. And like, yeah, that stuff is great, but there's so much more to it. And it's taking me a long time to kind of wrap my mind around it, and I'm really still struggling with it, but this is me trying, and I'm probably gonna give some kind of update in the future. But I feel like I have such a cycle of like, I take on so many things. I'm like, yeah, this is cool, this is cool, this is cool. I don't want to choose between them. I'll do them all, and I'll suck up all the shitty parts, you know? I'll just do it, like it's fine. And then I burn myself out. And then I have a mental breakdown. And then when I come back from it, it's not even me fully coming back. It's me getting to the point where I'm like, I'm functional again, that's fine. Anyway, gonna keep trucking through just the same way I did before, setting myself up for that same cycle of failure. And it's just not working. Like, it's so bad. Like, I don't know if maybe that would be okay if I were a neurotypical person, which is something that, as a mentally ill person, all the time, I find myself going, why can't I just be neurotypical? Why do I have to have a mental illness? Like, why can't I just be a normal person? But like, I'm not, and I have to deal with it. And the fact that I keep treating myself as if I am, even though I'm not, is just making it worse. When I'm in front of a camera, I feel more like myself than I literally ever do, and I just like kind of come alive, and I just wasn't. I was just kind of like, hey, like I'm here, and blah, 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 but not there, you know what I mean? Pre-filming is your friend, like your best friend, especially when you have depression or other kinds of mental illnesses that can prevent you from doing the things that you love. Pre-filming is your friend. And so even when I was in that bad mental state before I decided I was gonna take that break, or even when I was taking that break, and then would randomly film something and be like, it's okay, I don't have to edit it now, I'll like edit it later. Any of those videos, when I tell you I filmed a bunch of videos, I literally had like 6 or 7 folders full of video files that I was going to edit and upload, and I literally deleted all of them. Like, all of them. Because when I was watching them, I was bored, I was irritated with myself, like editing me. I was literally watching it as I was editing, and I was just not into it. I was bored. I was like, I don't even want to edit this. Why is anybody gonna want to watch this? And so I would just delete the footage. And I'm glad that I did that, because those videos were very not me, and I did not want to have to, I don't ever want anything on my channel that I'm not proud of. However, that actually brings me to another big issue that I had been having for a while. I was like, well, you know, I'm trying to create a brand for myself, and my brand is gonna be comedy, and I'm gonna do all comedy, and it's gonna be like serious comedy. And by serious, I don't mean like super serious, because obviously, but like I'm actually gonna like try and be like a comedian and like do funny skits and everything else, but that's it. Like I can't like do story times, because that's like, you know, here's a really weird, kind of embarrassing thing that I don't like admitting even to myself. But for a little while there, I got embarrassed telling people that I made storytime videos, because I had seen so many big YouTubers, like even like Shane Dawson, like made fun of storytime videos at one point, and like people are allowed to have their opinions. And you know what? Sometimes storytime videos are ridiculous. Sometimes storytime YouTubers are ridiculous, and there are things to make fun of. But just because something gets made fun of doesn't make it bad. And it also doesn't mean that I need to be ashamed of something that I love and decide that I don't want to do it anymore just because other people think it's ridiculous, and I don't want to have to tell people that I make story times. Like, story times are what made my channel what it is now. Story times got me through a whole bunch of shit. Like, I don't know, like I love story times, and most of you guys came here because of my story times, and so for me to be ashamed of that is just, like I said, I don't want to admit it. I don't like admitting it. It's embarrassing and it's awful. So story times are coming back, but also random videos are coming back. I got so obsessed, like I said, with making a brand for myself and doing comedy and whatever, and I was like, and that can mean so many different things, and it can. But I also, like I said, didn't want to like, I've been wanting so badly to do like a thrifting video, because I have been thrifting since I can remember, because I grew up poor, and I said the other day to Loie, I was like, I shop almost exclusively at thrift stores. Like I literally, that's just what I do. It's partly because I'm still poor, and partly because you can find so many great things at thrift stores and you don't have to pay a shit ton of money for them. And I got a lot of good stuff the last time I went thrifting, and I'm actually gonna do that again tomorrow. That's something else I wanna do, because that also makes me feel good, and it's also connected to a lot of body image issues and stuff that I still stand by. I think I need to make a separate video about, because there's a lot to unpack there. And that's something else that's been contributing to everything, is that I gained a lot of weight. Then I'm finally starting to lose it back and kind of look more like myself. But I gained a lot of weight first in December because of living for a month without power and just relying on snack food and whatever. And I got stretch marks, and that made me really like not okay. Not that there's anything wrong with stretch marks, but it was like, for the longest time, like I grew up thinking I was chubby. I was for a while, but like in high school I had 2 eating disorders actually. Again, I'm gonna do a whole video on this, but you know, my body's just always been a thing for me. And then even when I was like a little overweight, I still didn't have stretch marks, and I could be like, yeah, stretch marks are beautiful, when they weren't on me. As soon as I saw them on me, I was so uncomfortable and so like squirmy, and I'm still working on being okay with them, and that's been a really hard thing for me. And even just like dealing with like the way my body has looked lately, like I don't know. I don't really know how to get into it super well with this, but that's been another thing with being on camera, where like I was so uncomfortable with seeing myself like in the mirror, on camera, anything like that, and I didn't want anybody else to see it, even though when I go out in the world and I go to work and whatever, other people see me, you know. But I don't know. I like didn't want to make memories looking like this. I don't know. There's been a lot of like self-doubt and self-loathing and very unhealthy cycles that I, to some extent, don't really even know how to talk about. Anyway, the point of this is that I need to start treating myself like, I don't know, like a kitten. Anyway, I just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about what's been going on. I'm gonna start like doing some things for my mental health and like trying really hard. If you guys have anything that you can think of that would be good to focus on, or any tips, please let me know. And please also tell me in the comments down below if there's anything like this that you guys have struggled with. I know it's kind of like a common thing, and I'm kind of hoping that some of you guys can relate to me, not like, oh, I hope you have these issues. Obviously, I know that I'm not alone in things like this, and everybody struggles with their own personal demons, but I don't know, I'm here for you guys, and I know you guys are always here for me, and I love you so much. Like, you have no idea how much you mean to me. First of all, let me just say, just very candidly, my life has been saved by finding YouTube and talking to a camera and growing even the small audience that I have right now. Like, I genuinely love you guys with my entire soul, and that's why I want to do this for the rest of my life. I want my channel to be a place where people can come and forget about their own shit for a while and feel better about the world and feel better about themselves. And I feel like I cannot do that if I'm hiding this shit from you and pretending like it's fine when it's clearly not, and just making content that I think other people will want to see, not that I genuinely want to make and that you guys would genuinely enjoy. I'm not gonna keep rehashing the same points. That's what's been going on. I am already starting to come up with more ideas. Like I said, I was brainstorming things, but it was like, every time I would look at it after I wrote it, I would be like, that's not good enough. Or, you know, I'd be like, that's not comedy. Or I would try too hard, even when I was writing down the ideas, to make it comedy. And the thing is, you can't do comedy if you're not feeling comedic. I wasn't even cracking jokes in my real life. First of all, that's not me. I have always coped with shit by laughing and by making other people laugh, because that's what I'm passionate about. That's what I love. And I wasn't even doing that. Like, I legitimately had gotten to the point where I wasn't really even making puns, dude. Do you know me? Puns are my shit. And I wasn't enjoying anything, and it had gotten to the point where I'm like trying to be a comedian on my channel, but when I felt like shit. Anyway, just please, if any of you guys feel like that, talk to me, talk to friends, like reach out to someone, because it's just not worth it ultimately, and you matter more than that, and you're more important than that. Don't suck it up. Don't just push on through. This has been really hard for me. Not this video, like this time in my life is so hard and frustrating and scary, and like it gets hard to breathe a lot of the time, partly because I'm stressed or anxious or depressed or whatever, and partly just because like I don't know what I'm doing. And that's why I think it's so important to take time for yourself, not only to take a bubble bath, but to enjoy yourself and do things that you love and stop giving a shit. My tea is lukewarm. Also, random ass side note, I keep trying to fill the void in my heart with plants. Okay, I bought this like 3 days ago and it's already dying. Let me show you the other one though, because the rosemary has been holding out a little bit longer. It started wilting after the first day. These were beautiful, vibrant orange and red flowers, and now look at it. I want to cry. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like, I was watering them the way they were supposed to, and then I was feeling the soil to see if it was wet, and then I wasn't gonna water it, and I tried moving it in the sun, I tried moving it out of the sun, I tried setting them outside, I tried keeping them inside, and no matter what, they've been dying. And it's not just these, like, I keep getting plants, then they die, and then I replace them, and then they die again, and I don't know what's happening. I'm upset. And the place I live has no options for me to have a little mini garden, and I'm really upset about it. Can't wait till I move to LA and I'm not in the desert anymore, because maybe that's part of the problem. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm gonna go. I hope you guys enjoy the new branding and the new intro and outro and stuff like that I've been working on. I did that partly to kind of reset for myself, and partly because I've been wanting to do it for ages. And I think having all of this is going to help me get in the mindset again and get excited again, because I am finally in that place where I'm genuinely excited to make videos again. And now that I'm kind of putting less pressure on myself to make a certain kind of video, I feel like it's gonna be good again, and I'm already like overflowing with ideas. And let me know if you guys want to see that thrifting haul. I'm probably gonna upload it anyway, but I still would really love to hear your thoughts, because I'm excited, and I want to just film things that I'm excited about. So I'm, like I said, excited to go on this journey with you all over again, and better this time. I've been talking for a long time. I got a new battery. I bought another battery and another charger, so you're gonna hear me ramble a lot more. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much. I don't remember my outro. I should have looked on my computer. Oops. Also, do you like this shirt? Because I am obsessed with it. It came from Teen Hearts. I have a code. If you go to Teen Hearts and you use the promo code CoffeeCat, how am I? But if you go to Teen Hearts and you type in CoffeeCat under the promo code, they will give you, I believe it's 25% off, something like that. I don't remember, maybe it's just 10%. But you will get a percent off, you will get a discount, and they have some cool ass shirts. They have this crop top, it is a crop top, you just can't tell, but it's like weird, it's like cool and 90s and funky. I also have another mermaid crop top, which I've worn before. Actually, okay, I ordered it as an oversized t-shirt. I cut it and cropped it, and now it's like one of my favorite things, even though I already have a stain on it. And I was gonna add that into the thrifting haul, but it's not a thrift item. So anyway, oh my god, I'm getting delirious. I need to go to bed. I'm going to LA tomorrow. My speedometer just stopped working in my car, by the way. Oh my god, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. This week's shout out of the week is my good friend Amberly. Her Twitter is gonna be across the screen right now. I was gonna make her shout out of the week in a video that I'm planning on doing, where I read old fanfic that we used to write together, because that's actually how we met. And she's been really active on my Twitter, watching all my videos, and I love her a lot. She's really sweet. So yeah, I love you, Amberly. I love you, all my little tries. And until next time, I will see you on Wednesday. That's not my outro, but I don't remember it because I don't memorize it. It's new. Anyway.
Why are you such a copycat?
It was something cheesy. Stay cool. I gotta turn the AC on so I can stay cool. When have I ever been cool?